The world between worlds. A vast expanse of endless stars and swirling nebulae, where time and space converge. Within this mysterious realm, the Force weaves the threads of countless realities. Through its portals, we glimpse infinite possibilities, a galaxy where one decision can reshape everything we know. Here, in the world between worlds, we see the echoes of destiny fractured and reformed. The Force binds all living things, but in this place, it also reveals what might have been. Every portal opens to a galaxy far, far away. A galaxy familiar, yet wholly different, where the balance of light and dark shifts in ways unimaginable. Time, space, reality, the Force moves through all of it. And yet, even the strongest currents can be altered by the smallest moments. Now, we step into one of these realities to witness a galaxy shaped by a single choice. A place where history bends, futures collide, and the impossible becomes possible. And so, we are left to ask just one question. What if? Hello there, and welcome to What If Yoda Sensed Mace Windu's Death, Part 3. Location, Coruscant. Above the planet. Time, 19 BBY. 8 Council Masters emerge from hyperspace. Their Jedi starfighters glide into the view above Coruscant. Their entry is met with immense aggression as the Republic fleet opens fire, targeting the oncoming Jedi ships. The Republic fleet tries to intercept, sending shots towards the Jedi starfighters. The Jedi Master's ships jolt slightly as they evade the blaster fire. The fleet then sends out clone starfighters, and as the Jedi enter the atmosphere, the fleet halts its fire, but the starfighters follow. The Jedi Masters are skilled pilots, so they quickly handle the new threat, blasting the clone fighters out of the sky with precision. After neutralizing the enemy starfighters, they push forward to the surface of Coruscant, their targets now set on the Jedi Temple. Once in position, Obi-Wan Kenobi taps his wristcom to get in touch with Shakti on the surface. "Shakti," Obi-Wan says, his voice carrying a hint of sarcasm as usual. "What's going on down there? What's the situation?" Shakti, still overseeing the evacuation, responds with a composed tone. "We're still loading the non-combatants onto the ships. Sin is leading the defense inside the temple. We're managing, but the clones are relentless. They've breached the perimeter, but we're still holding." As Obi-Wan absorbs the information, Yoda's voice cuts in, stern and unwavering. "No, launch the ships, you cannot. Fire from the Republic fleet, destroy them, it will." "So how do we evacuate the temple?" Shakti says with a desperate voice. With the Republic fleet no longer actively firing on them, but still posing a risk, Obi-Wan issues new orders. "Shakti, we need to abort the launch. The Republic fleet will shoot down the transport ships before they even leave the atmosphere. Instead, move the non-combatants to the archives. The secret tunnels will give them the best chance." Shakti reacts quickly. "Understood. I'll reroute them through the tunnels. The younglings and the others will be safe." As the Jedi quickly begin changing their course, the non-combatants are directed into the archives. There, they're led down the hidden tunnels, secret paths that will lead them away from the siege. Meanwhile, the Jedi Masters and their starfighters make their final approach to the temple. As they descend toward the besieged Jedi Temple, they launch an assault on the clone forces outside with their ATTs and gunships providing air support. The Jedi begin to push back. The clone starfighters are quickly overwhelmed by their superior piloting skills of the Jedi Masters. The clones don't stand a chance, and one by one, the enemy fighters are shot down, leaving the Jedi Masters free to engage the ground forces. Additionally, the Jedi have the element of surprise, as the clones on the ground didn't expect any Jedi air support, and weren't contacted by the fleet about incoming ships. With Sin still holding the line inside the temple, support from the air gives the Jedi defenders the breathing room they need to keep the temple secure. The Jedi Council Masters Having obliterated some of the clone starfighters, gunships, and ATTEs that were wreaking havoc on the ground, make their final descent to the temple hangars. Their ships touch down with precision, the engines humming as they power down. The Jedi are immediately met by Shaak Ti, who has been overseeing the evacuation. "We're glad you made it," Shaak Ti says, breathing a sigh of relief. "The clones are already inside. We're still evacuating, but it's getting harder to hold them off." The Jedi Masters exchange brief glances before Obi-Wan speaks up, his voice full of urgency. "We do not have much time. Get the younglings and the non-combatants down to the archives as quickly as possible. The temple may not hold for much longer. We'll handle the front lines from here." "Understood," Shaak Ti replies, her tone firm. "I'll ensure they're rerouted." After Shaak Ti heads back to assist with evacuation, the Council Masters, Yoda, Plo Koon, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and the rest of the group, now fully united, make their way toward the front lines. As they move through the halls of the temple, the sound of blaster firing grows louder, the clash of battle getting closer with every step. They arrive at the front lines, where Sin and the remaining Jedi Defenders, Masters, Knights, and Padawans, and the Temple Guards are putting up a valiant defense against the attacking clones. Sin, seeing the reinforcements, nods solemnly. "We've been holding, but we're being overwhelmed. The clones keep pushing forward." Plo Koon takes his place beside Sin. "We fight together now. The temple must not fall." Yoda, his cane tapping as he surveys the situation, adds, "Defend we must. The future of the Order depends on it." With that, the Council Masters, now joined by Sin and the Defenders, step into the heat of the battle. Their lightsabers ignite, the green, the blue blades cutting through air as they engage the clone forces head-on. The Jedi Temple Guards, their electro staffs flashing with energy, fight alongside the Jedi, holding the line as the clones push forward. The battle rages on, with Jedi fighting to protect the sacred temple, their home, against the overwhelming onslaught of the clones. The battle rages around them, blaster fire shrieking through the air and lightsabers flashing in a chaotic dance of light and death. The Jedi Temple is shaking from the sheer intensity of the conflict. The sound of lightsabers clashing against blaster fire is deafening, as both Jedi and clones fall in the heat of combat. It is a sight to behold, an epic spectacle of destruction and chaos. Amidst the battle, Obi-Wan Kenobi finds himself standing beside Yoda, Plo Koon, and Sindralic, cutting down clone after clone. But something gnaws at him. The news that Anakin Skywalker is with the clones weighs heavily on his mind. With a determined and solemn tone, Obi-Wan speaks to Sin, his voice filled with doubt. "Sin, we were informed that Anakin is with them, but is it true?" Sin pauses, his face grim as he watches the ongoing battle. "Yes, Obi-Wan, he is, and it seems he's turned to the dark side. I'm sorry." Obi-Wan's heart sinks. He refuses to believe it. "It can't be," he mutters to himself, almost in disbelief. "It just can't be. Anakin would never." Before he can finish, a shadow looms in the distance, and through the smoke and flames of the battlefield, a figure steps forward. Anakin Skywalker, now clad in the black armor of the clones, his face twisted in anger and pain, emerges from the chaos. His lightsaber ignites, the blue blade casting an ominous glow as he slowly approaches the Jedi Masters. The clash of battle seems to stop for a moment, as if the entire universe has held its breath. The Jedi stand in shock, but they steel themselves. Obi-Wan, Yoda, and Plo Koon face him, their lightsabers raised, but Obi-Wan is the first to speak, his voice filled with both sorrow and resolve. "Anakin, why? Why have you done this?" Obi-Wan's voice cracks, the weight of the moment clear in his eyes. Anakin's eyes flash with pain and rage as he faces the former master. "You don't understand, Obi-Wan," he growls. "You never understood. The Republic betrayed us. The Jedi have failed us." The words hit like a hammer, but Obi-Wan doesn't give up. He steps forward, his voice shaking, but firm. "Anakin, no! This isn't you. The dark side has clouded your vision. It's not too late. Please, come back." Yoda steps forward, his cane tapping softly as he speaks. "Listen to Obi-Wan. You must. Save yourself. You can still." But Anakin is lost in rage, the air around them cracking with tension, and the flames of the battlefield roar as explosions shake the ground. Blaster shots fly by, but the three Jedi stand firm, their eyes locked on Anakin as they try to reach him. Then, to everyone's shock, Anakin's expression changes. His shoulders slump, and the rage drains from his face, replaced with confusion and pain. For a brief moment, he just stands there, breathing heavily. Anakin falls to his knees, his lightsaber clattering to the floor beside him. The weight of his actions clashes down on him, and his voice shakes as he whispers, What have I done? The battle around them continues, but in this moment, it is as if time has stopped. Obi-Wan, seeing his former Padawan on his knees, steps forward with hesitation. His eyes are filled with a mixture of sorrow, regret, and hope. Obi-Wan kneels beside Anakin, placing a hand on his shoulder, his voice gentle but firm. Anakin, you've made a grave mistake, but you can still fix it. It's not too late to come back to the light. Anakin looks at Obi-Wan, his eyes filled with tears, the weight of everything he's done pressing down on him. The Jedi, even amidst the violence around them, stand in quiet solidarity, their blades extinguished for this one moment of profound emotion. I don't know how, Anakin whispers, his voice raw with regret. You don't have to know, Obi-Wan responds, his voice filled with conviction. Just believe in yourself, like you once did. The galaxy needs you, Anakin. You can't make things right. And in that instant, something shifts with Anakin. The anger that once consumed him begins to fade. He reaches out with a trembling hand, and with Obi-Wan's help, he stands up, slowly but surely. The battle rages on, with both clones and Jedi falling in an ever-escalating conflict. Explosions rock the temple, and blaster fire echoes through the halls. Yet despite the chaos, a sense of unity has emerged amongst the Jedi. Bolstered by Anakin's return to the light side, his help has turned the tide for a moment, allowing the defenders a brief of respite. With Anakin now fighting alongside them, the defense of the temple becomes more resolute. The sound of clashing lightsabers and blasters fills the air as Jedi Knights, Padawans, Temple Guards, and Masters continue to hold the line. But despite their best efforts, the clones keep pushing forward, and it becomes increasingly clear that the temple itself will not be able to withstand the onslaught much longer. As the battle continues, Shakti and the others leading the evacuation work tirelessly to get the younglings, archivists, and healers safely out of the temple. The secret tunnels within the archives become their lifeline, as these safe passageways lead to the outskirts of Coruscant, where they can find refuge. One by one, the younglings are escorted through the tunnels, their eyes wide with fear, but they follow the Jedi with trust and determination. The healers and archivists, those who are not trained for combat, also make their way through, guided by the Jedi Masters and Padawans, while Sin continues to coordinate the evacuation with precision. The defenders, Jedi Knights, Masters, Padawans, and Guards continue to hold their ground, but the pressure is mounting. The defenders retreat toward the archives, with many of them injured but still fighting valiantly. Anakin, still standing strong, leads the charge, his lightsaber cutting down clone after clone as they retreat further and further into the temple's deepest hallways. His presence on the front lines gives the remaining defenders the courage they need. As the situation grows dire, the temple begins to collapse in certain areas. The clones push forward relentlessly, but it is clear that the defenders are running out of space. The final retreat to the archives becomes a matter of survival. The Jedi have done their best, but the temple is now a trap, a prison from which they cannot escape easily. The last of the Jedi Masters, including Yoda, Obi-Wan, and Plo Koon, make their way through the tunnels, ensuring that as many survivors as possible are evacuated. The younglings, archivists, and healers are safe, but the Jedi, the defenders, have suffered devastating losses. The Jedi Temple Guards, once an elite force, have been nearly wiped out, with roughly 75% of them perishing in the battle. Many Masters, Knights, and Padawans have also fallen. Mace Windu, Agen Kolar, Kit Fisto, and Saesee Tiin had already fallen to Palpatine's treachery, leaving the Jedi Council with a deep scar. But despite the staggering losses, the Jedi are not completely defeated. The Council Masters, those that remain, are now safe in the archives, as well as Sin and a handful of other Jedi. For their numbers are greatly diminished, they have successfully evacuated the non-combatants, and they are now safe within the archives, behind locked doors. The archives, once a place of knowledge and peace, have now become a final bastion of the Jedi Order on Coruscant. As the doors to the archives close and the remaining Jedi take their positions within the depths of the archives, the survivors are given a brief moment of reprieve. The door to the archives is sealed, and the remaining Jedi breathe a sigh of relief. The fate of the Jedi Order now rests on these few, scattered survivors. The room falls into an uneasy silence. The Jedi, though wounded and grieving, are still strong. Their mission has shifted from defense to survival. The temple may have fallen, but the Jedi Order still exists, still endures. And as the Jedi rest in the archives, they know that this is far from the end. They will rebuild, they will preserve. The war is not over, but for now, they are safe. At least, for the moment. The Jedi storm Palpatine's office, their lightsabers igniting in a chorus of defiant hums. At his desk, Darth Sidious merely smirks. His golden eyes, cold and unfeeling, scan the warriors before him. So, he sneers, his voice a low growl. The Jedi finally come for me. Too little, too late. The room crackles with dark energy. And then, Palpatine strikes. A storm of red lightning erupts from his fingertips, the air filling with the acrid scent of burning metal. The Jedi barely raise their blades in time. Anakin, Obi-Wan, Yoda, Plo Koon, Shakti, and Depa Billaba stand at the front, deflecting the deadly assault. Clones of the 501st and the 212 burst into the chamber behind them, the blasters raised. Palpatine laughs, his voice a shriek of madness. You cannot stop me. I am the Senate. With a flick of his wrist, Senate pods tear free from the foundations. They hurtle through the air, forcing Jedi and clones to dive for cover. Lightning dances across the walls, shattering columns, burning holes through the ground. The room itself trembles as the true power of Darth Sidious is unleashed, and the battle begins. Anakin and Obi-Wan charge together, their blades a storm of blue. Yoda leaps, flipping through the air with astounding speed, clashing against Palpatine's crimson saber. Plo Koon and Depa Billaba flank from the sides, striking with deadly precision. The Sith Lord is relentless. He moves like a phantom, a shadow of death. He strikes unpredictable, unstoppable. He fights with pure hatred, pushing the Jedi back step by step. But for the first time in his life, he is outnumbered. For every Jedi he knocks down, another takes their place. Palpatine's fury grows. His attacks become more reckless, more desperate. His face twists in rage. His breathing grows heavy. He is not invisible. And then Anakin sees the opening. Time slows with a final, devastating strike. Anakin's lightsaber carves through Palpatine's defenses, a blue blade piercing the Sith Lord's chest. Palpatine staggers backwards, his mouth agape in disbelief. Blue lightning crackles wildly from the fingertips, his body convulsing in pain. His golden eyes flicker, not with rage, but with fear. For the first time, Darth Sidious knows what it means to lose. With one final, pitiful gasp, he collapses. His body crumbles into darkness. Darth Sidious, the greatest Sith Lord in history, is dead. Silence. The Jedi stand frozen, their breath heavily, their bodies weary, and then they realized the battle is over. The Republic broadcasts the truth to every corner of the galaxy. Palpatine's deceptions is laid bare. His secret identity as a Sith, his orchestration of the war, his betrayal of the Republic. The galaxy gasps in horror. The Jedi were never traitors. The Sith had played them all. In a moment of unprecedented unity, the Senate immediately votes to deactivate Order 66. The inhibitor chips are overridden. Across the stars, clones lower their weapons. Some drop to their knees, overwhelmed by guilt. Others, realizing the truth of what they've done, swear to spend the rest of their lives making amends. The war is over. The Republic, once though doomed, has a second chance. Bail Organa is elected Chancellor, with Padme Amidala and Mon Mothma by his side as co-chancellors. Together, they vow to rebuild the Republic into something greater. Something free from corruption, free from war. The Republic is reborn. The return of the Jedi. Across the galaxy, Jedi survivors emerge from hiding. They return to the ruins of the temple, stepping cautiously through the walls. Where there was once a fire and death, there is now hope. The Jedi Council reforms, though they are no longer the rigid order of the past. They have learned. Anakin Skywalker is granted the rank of Master. His marriage to Padme is not condemned, it is embraced. Attachments, love, and compassion are no longer seen as weaknesses. The Jedi Order will not repeat its past mistakes. They will not be warriors. They will not be blind to suffering. They will be what they were always meant to be, keepers of the peace. The Jedi Order is reborn, a galaxy united. The stars burn bright over Coruscant. For the first time in decades, the galaxy is at peace. A grand celebration erupts across the Republic. Fireworks explode in brilliant colors, illuminating the night sky. Music fills the air, the sound of millions cheering in unison. At the heart of it all, they stand on a great balcony, overlooking the city. Anakin, Padme, and their newborn twins, Luke and Leia, stand together. At their side, Obi-Wan and Ahsoka, Yoda and Plo Koon, Rex and Cody, Bail Organa and Mon Mothma, the Jedi, the clones, the leaders of the Republic. They watch as a new era dawns. And then, two figures appear in the Force. The spirits of Qui-Gon Jinn and Mace Windu step forward, bathed in soft blue light. For a long moment, Mace Windu stares at Anakin. The tension lingers, heavy and unspoken. Then, with solemnity, Windu speaks. "You've done well, Skywalker." Anakin, overwhelmed, bows his head. "I'm sorry, Master Windu." Mace's expression softens. "You have nothing left to atone for." Qui-Gon steps forward, his voice warm with pride. At last, the balance has been restored. Anakin exhales. For the first time in years, he is at peace. The High Republic has returned, and a new age has begun. As the fireworks explode over Coruscant, the galaxy watches in awe. The Republic is reborn, the Jedi have returned, the darkness has fallen, and at long last, the galaxy is free. And that will be it for What If Yoda Sensed Mace Windu's Death Part 3. This is the final part, so of course we will have a video, come out where we have all parts in one video. Yeah, part 2 was like a month ago, so yeah, it took me a little too much time to get this out, and generally I just need to post more of these what ifs, man, because they're so fun, they do very good, and you guys clearly enjoy them. I enjoy making them, so yeah, I definitely gotta step up my game, man. But I hope you guys enjoyed part 3 of this what if. I really enjoyed it. I think it was good. I hope you agree with me. So yeah, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and turn your notifications on to be notified next time I post a video like this. I'm aiming for posting a what if every Sunday and Thursday. Kind of haven't been doing that, but I hope I finally do. So I guess trust me in that, or not. I don't know. And if you would like to support the channel and get exclusive perks, you can join our Patreon. The link is in the description of this video. And you should probably consider joining our Discord server, because we've got the coolest Discord server ever. Yeah, link in the description. Yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Leave any suggestions for what ifs down below. Whatever. Yeah, cool. I've got a ton of what ifs, but hey, if you guys want me to make a what if, then drop the suggestions down below. And generally, just please drop a comment about your opinion, anything you want to say about this what if. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. This is the way, and may the Force be with you. Until then, I will see you next time. Hey, you didn't watch it? Well, check out the video on the left side of the screen, which is specifically recommended for you, or check out the playlist on the right of the screen, which contains similar videos to this one, made by me, of course. Hey, remember, subscribe.